Our next speaker is Sirjan Kaur with University of Utrecht University. Her talk is entitled "Much to Learn We Still Have: Experiences with Yoda."
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to 17th Annual IRODS User Group Meeting 2025. My name is Sirjan, and I'm a software developer at Utrecht University. I've been part of the Yoda development team for the past 2 years now, and I can personally relate to this Yoda quote, "Much to learn you still have." Last year, we presented testing strategies that we've adopted for Yoda. Today, I will share an update of what work we've done so far on those testing strategy. And I will also share some updates about Yoda development in the past 2 years. But first, allow me to share a few facts and figures about Utrecht University. Founded in 1636, Utrecht University is one of the oldest universities in the Netherlands, with over 650 professors, 7 faculties and 2 teaching institutions, and over 39,000 students with 115 different nationalities. It is also one of the largest. Utrecht University focuses on interdisciplinary research around these 4 strategic themes. When designing research data management solutions, it is important for us to consider the collaborative requirements of interdisciplinary research around these 4 strategic themes. Yoda was first developed for dynamics of youth and was later extended to meet the needs of other strategic themes. So what is Yoda? Yoda is an open source integrated research data management system to preserve, share, publish, and archive research data during all stages of research project. Yoda is an institutional service developed and maintained by Utrecht University and is also funded by University Corporate Services and also Yoda Consortium, which we'll see in a minute. Yoda was first released as a production service in 2015, so that means this year Yoda turned 10. Yoda's first data package was published in 2017, and it has been presented at UGM numerous times before. I have linked the most notable talk of 2018 IROS user group meeting here, where we described Yoda as we know it now. So Yoda is built on IRODS, sitting at the data integration layer. And on top of that sits our UU data policies and custom microservices written in C++. Our policies provide data workflows to the researchers, and our rule set is written in IRODS rule language and Python. In Yoda, we have 3 ways to communicate with IRODS. The first one is the Flask-based web portal, a network disk provided by DevRods, and I commands, and also Go commands. To see how far we've come in the past 10 years, let me share some statistics. At Utrecht University, we have, as per 2025 Q1, we have over 15,000 users, both internal and external. We manage over 4.5 petabytes of data, although we do expect the growth to be a bit slower in the coming years, since we are outsourcing the hostings to serve. And as per publications, we have over 550 publications as of 2025 Q1. To facilitate the growth and expansion of Yoda as a national RDM platform, Yoda Consortium was launched in March 2023. It's a collaborative, it's a collaboration between universities and institutions across Netherlands for the development of Yoda. So if you're wondering who we are, here's a picture of the team, but I'm not sure how well you can see it. But at the back, from the left, is Alphonse, our platform engineer, our latest addition to our team. Rob, our product owner. Sitsa, who was mentioned yesterday in one of the talks, works on development and operations. Laszlo is our technical lead, as many of you may already know him. Leonidas works on development and operations, and in the front row are Costanza, Claire, and me. We work on both development and operations, and Orlando is our QA specialist and acting Scrum Master. Dylan on the far right is also works on development and operations. So at last year's UGM, we talked about testing strategies, and we informed that we will focus on these 3 points: enhancing the test coverage, increasing the reliability of UI tests, and also incorporating UI accessibility in our strategy. For UI accessibility, we are still in talks with the UI team, and there's still a lot of work to be done on that topic. So today I will just share the updates that we've done so far for the test coverage and reliability of UI tests. So this slide here shows how testing strategy is structured in Yoda and what we use to implement different types of testing. Unit integration and API testing we run in Docker containers, and also we use PyTest BDD, which is a subset of Gherkin language, to enable behavioral-driven development tests. Smoke testing is also taken care of by PyTest BDD, and for UI testing we use Selenium Wrapper, which is PyTest Splinter, to automate browser actions for UI testing. So our testing strategy has changed slightly with the introduction of a robot framework. And let us discuss what a robot framework is and how it benefits us. So robot framework is an open source test automation and robotic process automation framework built on Python. It uses keyword-driven approach, which with custom and standard keywords, which helps us increase the reusability of the defined actions. The framework offers multiple libraries for plugin and also supports custom libraries. Using your robot framework, we have built a comprehensive regression suite based on our existing tests. We have seen significant improvements in our UI tests. With the use of PyTest BDD, we sometimes notice that based on the operating systems, it had different performance runtimes. With the robot framework, we see consistency and increase in the performance. And also with the support of pluggable libraries, we foresee an increased use of this framework. Currently, we are just using the Selenium library, but in the future, we are thinking of implementing browser library as well, which is basically Playwright, which also automates UI actions on modern web browsers. We are currently working on ways to include robot framework scripts into our CI process, and I think I got an update yesterday. We already configured a test server that can be used for quicker testing and deployment. I'm happy to share some updates on Yoda since Laszlo's talk in 2023. So in 2023, we released Yoda 1.9 with metadata schemas for a research group, and we introduced DOI versioning. We had some improvements on data package archiving workflow. We also did some experimentation with vault archiving workflow. We added support for Creative Commons and GPL version 3 licenses, and we did a database upgrade to Postgres 15. We also added support for IROD's S3 resources. And in 2024, we released version 1.10 on iRODS 4.2.12, where we added support for Ubuntu 20 and also improvements on the archiving workflows, both a data package and vaults. And we also added some improvements with the portal performances and added a data transfer page, which actually lets guides users to use the I commands and go commands with preset configurations. We also added an administration page for functional administrators to set site-wide settings. So into this year, we're planning to release Yoda 2.0. Major change in Yoda 2.0 is the jump from iRODS 4.2.12 to 4.3.4. We have upgraded to Python 3 and removed the compatibility checks and workarounds that we had used for Python 2. We have added type annotations for faster error detections before runtime, and we use MyPy for that. MyPy is a static type checker, and we've added it in our GitHub Actions. We did have an issue with the portal performance related to a group manager module, where specifically for Faculty of Social Sciences, where we had a number of hundreds of groups. And the group manager module would take a lot of time, but now with the experimentation on API caching, the module works faster and the timing has reduced significantly. We also have Python iRODS client and Go commands upgrades to look forward to, and we've added support for Ubuntu 24 and Alma Linux 9. We have also added support for modifying resources in Ansible while setting up Yoda. We did some experimentation with jQuery 2 as well, and we observed improved query execution time. jQuery 2 has more SQL-like syntax, which, as someone who's worked with SQL for a long time in Oracle, so the change is welcoming. Currently, we have places in our code base where we are using jQuery 1 queries a lot of times in one function. So with the use of jQuery 2, we see the possibility of combining multiple queries into one, so that would be really helpful. We did run into one group permissions issue while experimented with jQuery 2. I've added an example that Corey used. So basically what's happening here is if you have a user, say Corey, let's do that, who's a member of group G0, and basically Corey creates a file, and so he has a group members, gives them read permissions to the file to the group. So, and if we remove Corey from the equation, he should still be able to read the file through the group read permissions, which did not happen before. But thanks to Corey, we do have a solution, and it's tagged for 4.3.5. And when we eventually move to 4.3.5, we'll be good. So looking ahead, we are really focusing on releasing Yoda 2.0 with iRODS 4.3.4, and that's our main agenda for this year. We are also working on optimizing our testing strategies and deployments, and we are planning to experiment with Playwright in context of robot framework. And we have, I think we've already had first phase of implementation with the UU and SURF collaboration, where we are outsourcing the hosting and technical application management to the SURF. And currently at UU site, we have 9 zones, so we are also thinking of integrating those zones into one. And we are on the second phase of our SRAM implementation, which is serves research access management implementation, and which we're looking to replace our external user service with. And that's it for me.
All right. Do we have any questions?
Hi, this is Terrell. That's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time to do all those things. I'm most interested in your almost last statement about casually moving from 9 zones to 1. Most people find, I think, over time that they want to split and separate so they have a little bit more points of control.
Right.
We've found that zone edges tend to follow buckets of money. So if different groups have different buckets of money, they want to be in charge of their own stuff.
Right.
Why would you go the other way?
So I think it's more of a managerial view on this, and it's getting also technically a bit difficult to
Heavy.
manage 9 zones. So that's about it.
Yeah, okay, excellent.
All right. Another question from the room.
Hello, thanks for the updates. They are really exciting. Would you mind expanding a bit on the robot framework? What would be the main driver for this, and what are the advantages that we expect from it?
So for us, so we needed to increase the reliability of our UI tests because they were flaky a lot using PyTest BDD. So we do have like an existing structure, but robot framework actually lets us do acceptance testing really well. So we are currently in works with that. And there's also, I think there's an upcoming meeting that we should have with your new developers and our DevOps engineers to kind of collaborate on this so that we can do the testing part better.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Any other questions? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.